Okay, I think that we can start. We are just in time with the second appointment of the Digital Art for Climate series. So as Abzin, we are also part of this project, this wonderful project that now we are gonna know more in deep thanks to our guest, because here with us today there is Miroslav Polzer. Hi Miro, how are you?
Buongiorno, Domenico. Hi, everyone. Guten Tag, Dobar dan, from the Alps Adriatic region in the heart of Europe. Everything is fine on my end. Thanks for the invite.
Thank you to you, Miro, for joining us today. But before starting talking about this important topic, digital art for climate, I think that today is important also in this space. And we are talking about project and also next vision on how to deal with climate. Have a moment for give a prayer, give a thought also for those who are suffering for this incredible situation that no one's wouldn't have happen anymore in these days in 2022, but it happened. And of course, a lot of people are suffering, also a lot of friends. And so maybe let's take 1 minute to reflect. I don't know if Miro, before taking this 1 minute, if you want to share something and some thoughts on that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Domenico. It's really very important that we don't rush into our business and overlooking what's happening around the world with this war starting these days in the Ukraine. It's really heartbreaking. It's a very dark day for humanity. And yeah, we need peace for everyone, everywhere, to flourish, to develop human potentials. And let's really work towards and pray towards and unite towards the wish that peace may prevail on earth.
Okay, so let's take just 1 minute, to resume our thoughts and our prayers for the one that are suffering from that. So just let's count from me for now. Okay, we can start. And
Yes.
So, Miro, let's start from you. So if you want to introduce yourself, tell us a bit what you're doing, who you are, and a little bit of the story. So the floor to you.
Thank you very much, Domenico. So I've suggested for today's call, a very long title is somehow a speciality of mine that I like to convey more information than needed. So we've, the title is Mass Mobilization for Climate Action with Digital Art for Climate for COP26 via MENA Climate Week towards Glocha Mania 2022. And so the key topic is the Digital Art for Climate initiative. And as Domenico has said, it is a multi-stakeholder partnership where several organizations and individuals have helped. And Hubzin is a very dear partner. We've had great activities in Milan, and also UN Habitat Youth Program is a partner. Unique Network NFT platform is a partner with many great friends and wonderful people from Russia as well. So, and Social Alpha Foundation, exquisite workers, the creative community partners, and I'm here as the coordinator of the Digital Art for Climate, and I'm executive director of IAAI, International Association for the Advancement of Innovative Approaches to Global Challenges, which is a UN-accredited civil society organization based in Klagenfurt in Austria. On the image, you can see the star where we are located. Glocha is the Global Challenges Action Empowerment ecosystem, the Glocha United Citizens Organization, DAO, that we have now set up at the last climate conference in Glasgow. There I'm a founder. I was a founding member of ECOS, the Education, Communication and Outreach Stakeholder Community, and strategic director of the Climate Change Coalition, the leading network of experts and institutions working in the field of harnessing the potentials of blockchain technology for climate action. And the overall aim is really to empower everyone everywhere to take meaningful and rewarding climate action. And no need to explain in detail the situation regarding the climate crisis, but really it's good that we look at these temperature anomalies graphs and the CO2 concentration graphs, how things are really in a very bad situation and even worsening dynamics. And young people around the world are asking us to cancel the apocalypse. And no, so we need really all hands on deck, and so our compass to really take impactful action to face this climate crisis. The compass are the Sustainable Development Goals and the Paris Agreement adopted by the United Nations system. The United Nations system is the only really mandated mechanism and institution globally in which all of humanity has somehow endorsed that they want to work together as a framework, but it has institutional deficiencies, a very outdated operating system. And so we need now really to look at innovation, how we can more effectively translate these global goals into local action and impact. And that really all of us will be part of the solution for a climate safe future. And this innovation shift has three dimensions. We need a cultural innovation, we need social innovations and public sector innovations and digital innovation. The cultural innovation is this new meta stories that we should not ask for anybody else to solve the problem for us. Each and every one of us has to start individually. This movement to a climate safe future starts with me and with my family, with my city, my local community, my company, my school, all of us. If we really decisively say we want to lead a climate sound lifestyle, then this will transform all the higher levels of societal organization and economy above us. And then the next level of innovation is then that really we find new ways to cooperate better on the local and global level, and for the provision of public goods, for securing those resources that we need for a good life for all. And part of this is also the UN system as a public sector mechanism that is dysfunctional. And we need to use digital innovation with blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, Earth observation, mobile technology, and many more. We have now totally new tools at hand, which we can use for more effective multi-stakeholder climate action, empowerment, and incentivization. And this is what my organization, IAI, and the ecosystem that we're building, Glocha, are working on, and looking at who are somehow the clients or who are we going to service with our solutions? It's twofold. One dimension of our work is on the global level, global governance level, to help the UN system to empower non-state actors' action in a way that is impactful and rewarding. And in the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, the program through which global community is coordinating action for climate safe future, the Action for Climate Empowerment program is the governance space where the intergovernmental process of the UN opens up to all of society, especially to youth. And we have to help the UN in this governance space to be more effective, to be better resourced, and really to reach the people. So this is one level where we are active. And the other level and customer of us is the individual global citizen. People feel weather is changing. We have more and more extreme weather events. We see droughts, we see storms, fires, everything. And there it's clear that we need to change our lives, and people don't know what to do. And even if they do the right thing, they are lacking support, supporting ecosystems, supporting knowledge, technology, funding, and so. So it's the individual global citizen that needs support, and we need a systemic solution to bring the necessary resources and support to these people. So we have three components of the solution, somehow, where we see our theory of change, how we can really have mass mobilization and impactful climate action of all of society. One element is that we see that each person, especially also a young person, should have on their mobile devices an individual climate action dashboard app, which shows what the individual has done for climate, and that is then the basis for digital measurement, reporting and verification, certification, and registration and minting of digital badges. And so that the whole thing of taking climate action is not something that is depressing and everything, but that's a game, and it's income generating. And so this is one element, such a climate action app on everyone's mobile device. And the other part of the solution is that for this tech solution, for this app, and the individual holding this interface to the digital world in its hand, to function, we need a global ecosystem which then connects all the relevant stakeholders, those with resources, be it intellectual, financial, or whatever, and necessary ideas. And so that this comes together, that we have a tracking system for climate action, an shared evaluation mechanism, that we give value to individual climate action, and that we then have also the micro payments or standard payments, but most of it digital, to really reward people and to empower people to take climate action. And we have there announced the formation of the Glocha United Citizens Organization for Action for Climate Empowerment at the Glasgow COP26 United Nations Climate Conference in November last year. And Domenico, you have been also on many preparatory calls there at that day. Unfortunately, you haven't been with us, but many days before and after that. So this is the second systemic necessity, that we have a global ecosystem that really recognizes and rewards the contributions to the local and global common good of non-state actors, and in a way that complements what the UN system is doing, not competing with it, but really being some kind of add-on resources mobilization engine that is helping the UN system to succeed, and where there's no need to be really connected with the UN procedures, and which are very often very bureaucratic and slow, that we don't, of course, artificially try to connect something that's not that can be done also autonomously. And the formula is really decentralized solutions, giving people the tools and everything that they need. So, and the third part of the solution is that really the fuel, the social energy, and new thinking, new visions for this global community to work together. And for this, we have the Digital Art for Climate initiative, which is a multi-stakeholder partnership. It uses blockchain technology, non-fungible tokens, NFTs, to turn artwork into digital assets, which can be collected and traded, thus enabling new forms of resource mobilization in support of sustainable development goals, UN Agenda 2030 implementation in general, and action for climate empowerment in particular. And so the aims are, on the one hand, engaging the creative community to inspire this ambitious action for the common good, and on the other hand, mobilizing resources in an innovative way so that this kind of action for the common good have a strong resource base. We have launched this initiative in Milano with the help of Domenico on the World Environment Day last year, and in the context of the International Year of Creative Economy for the Sustainable Development Goals, and the Italian COP26 co-presidency All for Climate initiative and a Climate Fest in Milan. And this is really the game changer. And so that's perhaps as a first introduction, general, how we are building this machine, so to say, this Glocha and Digital Art for Climate machine for all of society engagement and mass mobilization. And I'm briefly giving back to you, Domenico, if you want to ask for some details or add any information before I go into a more detailed presentation of Digital Art for Climate.
Yes, thank you very much, Miro, for the presentation. Yeah, before going a little bit in more details, Miro has given us an overview of this very ambitious project that I think also with the pandemic, we understand the potential better, because I can say that with the pandemic, we have been more aware on the fact that even at long distances, we can connect by the use of the web, but not only use of the use of the all infrastructure that are inside the digital space. And actually, this is the project that Miro is proposing, and it's very, I think, addressable to youths, because I mean, youths are very are more keen. They are digital native in a way. And so here we are seeing some of the piece of art that have been part of the gallery, but then Miro will talk better about that. But Miro, I want to ask you, which potential, for example, do you think this kind of structure can have to support the climate action, and also to be resilient also to the various like impacts that also the markets can have and so on? So why this blockchain can make the difference regarding climate action?
Yeah, thanks for your motivating words on this. And so the first, perhaps why this is different than other initiatives. For this, I would perhaps share my experience when I've first heard about digital art, NFTs, and how they can be used for climate. It was in March last year when Open Earth Foundation, one of our partners also of Digital Art for Climate, when they have had a carbon drop where they've sold 7 NFTs, and they've received 6.6 million US dollar as a revenue. And so I thought, wow, that's really interesting. If I'm with my Glocha work, I try to get here or there 10,000 euros or so. Nobody pays me 10,000 euros because it's a systemic thing and people somehow don't see their individual benefit to supporting systemic solutions. But for an NFT, for a digital collectible, people are ready to pay millions. And so it came to my conclusion was we should find a mechanism that we build on this with some kind of in the back of the human brain that people like to play, they like to collect, they like individual ownership and so. And this all comes with a blockchain technology where you can give, where you can create digital assets. For instance, NFTs are somehow certificates of ownership of some kind of digital asset. And that they said that now, this seems to be a good enough incentive and reward for people to give their financial resources. And so we are using this instinct to ask people to give their financial resources in exchange for this kind of collectibles of wonderful and very inspiring art. And we then channel part of the revenue to the artists and parts of directly to Youth Climate Action Projects Fund, and another part for setting up our systemic innovations, the institutional, technological, and intellectual infrastructure that is needed, that the world can function together. We are talking about building some kind of next generation of the United Nations system. And it is simply such that this blockchain technology, digital assets, individual ownership of a certain artwork, or also climate action stories, climate action outcomes, this is was not possible before. Now it's possible, and it seems that this is the framework, economic and social framework under which resources can be unlocked for the fight against the climate crisis. And the other thing is that with this digital assets creation for action and impact background, that and blockchain with its smart contract functionalities, it can also help building communities. Also in this field of NFTs, what people say, what is an important driver of NFT sales is that people want to become part of a community. And in the field of climate action, very many people feel very isolated, very weak, because even at home, very many youth climate action leaders, so they feel that nobody understands them, nobody else sees the storm rising in front of us, the climate crisis storm. But there are people all over the world in this, and if we create with digital tools a community where people can connect, where people can share resources and inspiration with art, but even also with financial resources, then we are more powerful. And this is again one component of digital art for climate, that also the artists who work with us, they say, oh, finally I have here ecosystem, a space where I can put my creativity, my art to the service of something I believe is very important, really the awareness raising and the fight against climate change. So these are some thoughts regarding why I think it is important. And if you allow, I would go briefly through these slides to show some elements of what we've done and with whom we've done it.
Sure. Just one comment that I very appreciate. I want to underline that around the world there are several people that are working for climate, but sometimes yes, they are live alone. They are isolated, and this kind of project, I think, in my opinion, is very getting on the into this point of no, not, do not isolate the different efforts and make them together. Yes, please continue, Milo.
Wonderful, thank you. Now, so we have here the title slide that we used for our presentation of the winners of the COP27 art competition of Digital Art for Climate in November in Glasgow. Exquisite workers, Anna Dart has created this wonderful artwork. And here you see some of the logos also, again, my organizations, Glocha, Social Alpha Foundation, Unique Network, our NFT platform, Boolean helped us with user experience, user interface solutions, and the Designathon, where Domenico, you have been also very active, Hubzin, UN Habitat Youth Program, who is our partner to reaching young people all around the world, and to creating also this creative economy solutions. For instance, UN Habitat Youth Program, they have their partners, their youth in informal settlements in Nairobi, in the slums. And for this kind of youth, without these technologies like NFTs and NFT marketplaces, it's almost impossible to connect their art with global collectors, with global resources. And here we are working very synergetically together, and as I said, Exquisite Workers is great. Artgens was also very important for us. They've helped us for free. They've put our COP26 collection in a virtual gallery. You will see a screenshot later. And Arts Help has a program on conscious crypto creators. It's very important that when we talk about blockchain technology, NFTs, that we are aware of the environmental footprint of this technology, and that we really deliberately make the decision as the artists who mint, but also as the collectors who buy, that we really only use those NFTs that are minted with a low environmental footprint, proof of stake technology in particular, and our unique network. NFT solutions are environmental friendly, of course, and Arts Help is promoting this among all the creative community, that people will understand the problem and then make the right decisions. I Love Her Studio helped us with the homepage. Roger House helped us with the logo. And yeah, so that really want to recognize everyone who has contributed. So here a photo from with the artworks from our COP26 collection, the winners of our collection. Anna Dart, with her avatar, she made a wonderful video that you can see on our YouTube channel of Digital Art for Climate, presenting this COP26 collection. And some of the videos are paintings that have been turned into a image file. There are videos, there are GIFs, and many different types of technology used. And there are beautiful stories around this as well. And it's really very valuable what we have created. And I'm happy and proud about it. So, and what we've also created is free NFT, Milan Global Angel NFT, which we have presented at our Digital Art for Climate Youth Climate Action Celebration event in Milan, end of September, at the Meet Digital Culture Center in Milan. And now we've had minted 500 of these NFTs and asked people to fill in a Google form to claim that NFT. And we've received 7,000 requests for this 500 NFTs. And we're going to create another free NFT, a Global Angel NFT, in the context of the UNFCCC Climate Week for the Middle East and North Africa, end of March in Dubai, where we will also present digital art for climate and some other things. So another great accomplishment was that we have set up our virtual gallery, Digital Art for Climate Gallery. Please have a look, and thanks to Art Gens for having prepared it for us for free. Really very valuable partnership. Then there was a lot of attention regarding digital art for climate in the crypto community, especially, and the winner then also has been featured on CNN Philippines in a 5 minutes video interview. We've been featured in the Fresh Mints section of the Wall Street Journal, Iconic Mints Gallery, and we've been on Cointelegraph and really, I would say, a dozen other media outlets. And we've had sessions at the CoinGecko conference and much more. And yeah, so here some information about future plans, but before that, perhaps again, giving it back to you, Domenico.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it was wonderful to see the gallery there because, wow, I really like this this way to create also like we can say yes, virtual reality, but it's more than virtual reality. I think it's new spaces for interaction. And as I said, during the pandemic, we learned how to build these new spaces of interaction. And just imagine that, for example, we can visit that gallery, me in Italy, one other friend in another part of the world. Wow, yeah, it's really the future. Yeah, I'm very amazed of that. No, I want to even ask. No, I saw that there were some participants, but maybe we can go ahead with question after. You can continue your presentation and yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah. So as has been somehow highlighted in the beginning and in the whole theory of change that we have, is that we think UN system is for us the starting point. It's the institutionalization of global family, global community, and we need to help the UN system to become more effective, because the lack of inclusion of non-state actors in the system is a shame and it's unacceptable, but we are loving partners of the UN system. So you will see in the list of activities that we are planning, we always try to connect with UN programs and UN events. So forthcoming is now a workshop, 1 hour workshop organized by UN Habitat Youth Program, Doug Reagan, and UN Environment at the UN Environment Assembly session, which is going on these days in Nairobi. The UN Environment has a World Environment Situation Room, exhibit space, and there will be a hybrid session where we will present digital art for climate as a mechanism to empower young people, to inspire and empower young people to become part of the endeavors for sustainable development goals and climate action. And also it's the plan that part of the revenues from our NFT sales will also go to projects in relation to this World Environment Situation Room. Then we have on the 14th of March, we're invited to Dubai. There's a WOW Summit, Dubai World of Web 3 Summit and Metaverse Festival. And there will be a session about NFTs for sustainability and philanthropy. And on the 16th of March, Digital Art for Climate partners, Doug Reagan, Irina, myself, and 2 more, are invited to the South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas. Most of us will join virtually, but there we will talk about these new solutions for low carbon NFTs and Digital Art for Climate as a flagship initiative in this field. Then end of March, we will present Digital Art for Climate at the UN Climate Week for Middle East and North Africa in Dubai. There, we will also have a consortium formation meeting for an educational toolkit, blockchain for climate, blockchain for transformative climate action education and climate entrepreneurship capacity building, because I think this will be one of our most important and most transformative project initiatives, and we will build it on the expertise and the building blocks that we have with Digital Art for Climate. The problem is we have the crypto community. They know about crypto, about blockchain, NFTs, everything, but they are not knowledgeable about the climate problem and the necessary solutions there. And there's also little flow of resources from the crypto community to climate solutions. And now, on the other hand, we have the climate action community. They don't have the knowledge and the skills to use blockchain technology for enhanced climate action. And so we need a lot of capacity building, and really education is the way to go. And we are now going to set up a project consortium with the aim to develop educational toolkits that can be then offered to schools or even to whole national school programs to be used in schools, that kids learn about digital wallets, about NFTs, metaverse, digital finance, DAOs, and so that in an entertaining way. And for instance, in Italy, you have there this obligatory climate change education now. It's wonderful, but this is very often very brain heavy and abstract and often depressing story, narrative. But if we combine it now with this digital skills development, and people can create their NFTs, their assets, they can present their solutions to a global audience, then this is a totally different narrative. It's an empowering story. And here I think that young people will be happy to learn about this, and economies will thrive, and there will be more climate action, impactful climate action, and really also the global community will grow. And on the other hand, it will be also, as I said, we have the vision that there will be an individual climate action dashboard app in everyone's hand. So people need to be knowledgeable about these technologies and how to use them in order that it makes sense for them to use such apps. So we think that this is systemically very important. We expect also the the crypto community to support it, because it will help with mass adoption with this kind of digital innovations. And then we are planning to start our sales of the COP26 collection NFTs end of March. Unique Network, our NFT partner, has succeeded with getting a parachain auction on Kusama blockchain, and they're preparing also to get their own parachain on Polkadot ecosystem, proof of stake, low energy consumption blockchain system. And so now they have set up everything that this trading mechanisms can function. And so we will start there with the auctions, and then we will see how long we will keep it open. And we are speaking with Lemonade Social on organizing social events and social networking on their platform with integrated NFT solutions, so that NFTs can be sold on the platform directly. And they have agreed now to integrate Unique Network NFT solutions. For the time being, they've had only Polygon-Matic and something else, but Polygon-Matic as an Ethereum layer 2 solution, it is not good enough for climate solutions, because it depends on the proof of work Ethereum main blockchain, and which has an environmental footprint, energy consumption of countries like Denmark or so, and it's totally unacceptable. So we have been invited to present Digital Art for Climate COP26 collection at the Seattle NFT Museum around Earth Day this year. And later then, also end of April, there's the UN Permanent Forum on Indigenous Issues. And we are working with Ivan Soya Garcia on starting a Digital Art for Climate collection with indigenous artists, part of it based on an art competition for unknown and young artists, but also a special section of artwork from artists, renowned artists that will be particularly invited. And then we are setting up with our Digital Art for Climate and Glocha United Citizens Organization partners a Youth Climate Action Fund, which will receive funding from the NFT sales, 35%, and of all the sales, and will then, in this blockchain-based collaborative decision-making, we will identify those youth projects that shall receive the funding. And with 50% of the revenues, we are going to develop institutional, intellectual, and technological infrastructure in the context of the Glocha UCO, and 15% will go to the artists who have contributed in the competition and in this COP26 collection. Then we are going to have a big event, a Glocha Mania Youth Climate Action Empowerment Festival in the first week of June in Klagenfurt. And from there, we will then go as a group to Bonn. There's the UNFCCC Intersessional Conference, where there will be also action for climate empowerment, governance topics high on the agenda. And we will hopefully be able there to say, we are the ones who have really succeeded in mobilizing creativity and financial resources that we are now channeling towards action for climate empowerment initiatives and youth climate action that is of a systemic relevance for the UNFCCC process. And with this, I think that I can just say thank you for having given me your time.
Thank you to you, Miro, for this amazing presentation. And here you can see the contacts for and how to reach the Digital Art for Climate project on the website, Instagram, different social media, and so on. So go there and give a look to the wonderful work that we are doing together. And just to remind, Miro has shown that we are using blockchain that are not so much energy consumptive and so are climate friendly. So Polkadot, Kusama, and so on. These are the ecosystem that we are using. I don't know if there are questions maybe from some participants. We have also the possibility to interact by chat. Also, you can also leave some comments on the video that we are posting on our YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe. You will receive notification on all the videos, initiative that we are doing with Digital Art for Climate, and also subscribe down when the video is on. So I don't know if there are questions from the floor.
But if I may also to recognize Sol Moran Broza from the initiative B1 together, doing wonderful work, and we are planning. We've been together in Milan at the Youth and Digital Art for Climate event in September last year, and also at the COP, and we are very strongly committed and looking forward to working together on the Digital Art for Climate collection with music. And Sol has great initiatives in this field that we will aim to integrate.
Yes, I totally agree. And thumbs up for the music because we like it a lot. And so if there are no questions, I don't know, Sol, if you want to interact in a way also by chat. Thank you. Sol is loving us, love also to you, a big action to you. So if there are no other interaction, I think that For this second appointment of the Digital Art for Climate series, we can end here, but we will continue with all the partners and the guests from this great initiative on the next meeting that next month in March. We will now select another guest and we'll let acknowledge about that. In the meanwhile, thank you very much, Miro, for being with us.
Thanks, Domenico, for having organized this. It's very good to spreading the word and growing our movement. We really have to get all of society engaged, and we need to use all communication channels to reach the people, to reach the hearts of the people, and to become a global family in peace and in a climate-safe future.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Miro. And I will replace peace and climate-safe future to all. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.